sex, anger, and lizard. Ah, that damned Paul Lizard. The inspector from the judiciary squad with whom she'd had a relationship 6 months earlier. But she hadn't seen him for 2 months. 2 months in a rep's life was the equivalent of 2 years for a human. 2 months was a temporal treasure. What a waste. "What are you thinking right now?" asked the site guide. 3 years, 10 months, and 14 days. "Husky, you're not still with that." The professionally syrupy voice of the man couldn't mask a hint of annoyance, a poorly repressed irritation that forced Bruna to emerge a little further from her lethargy. The rep always responded to aggression. If you knew when you were going to die, you'd be counting down the time you had left too, Nissen. "We're all going to die. Our way of coping with it is to forget it." Forget it? The site guide had no idea what he was talking about. Techno-humans couldn't forget. Just the day before, Bruna had come face to face with a rep in the final stages of her total techno-tumor. Normally, replicants had the decency to hide when their TTT manifested. The generalized cancer ended the lives of reps in just a few days, 10 years after they were activated. TTT, spectacularly destructive, produced a death that resembled a catastrophic conflagration. Bruna remembered watching the final ferocious battle of Merlin, her lover from her younger days, or rather, of some 4 years ago. Despite the tranquility induced by the air bubble couch and the virtual glasses, Bruna clenched her jaws and ground her teeth. What a scam, what a swindle, what incessant torture this little life is. The techno she'd crossed paths with yesterday had pustules on her face. Her bones looked as if they were about to break through her skin, and she could barely stand up. She was propping herself against a wall, delusional and dying. Bruna, distracted and in a hurry, almost bumped into her. It was like running into death. Her heart shrank, and cold beads of sweat broke out on the back of her neck. She was frightened. A mad animal fear. An almost irresistible terror. She fought against it, however, breathing deeply as she watched the techno snake her way down the street, heading toward her hideous fate.
"It freaks you out, doesn't it?"
said a voice by her side, a surly, mocking voice belonging to a small, bony techno-human, maybe a computation rep. Reps who were exceptionally gifted in math tended to show an arrogant contempt toward others. Although not Merlin.
"Distressing to think that's what awaits us, eh?"
insisted the stranger with the incongruous smile. A twisted, malicious smile. Bruna didn't answer. Just because she was a rep didn't mean she had to like every other rep in the world. To tell the truth, on the whole, she hated them. Of course, she hated almost all humans, too. Bruna noticed that the techno was wearing a badge on her vest that flashed the letters RRM. "You belong to the radical replicant movement," muttered Bruna.
Well, well, aren't we observant?"
scoffed the techno as the letters of the hologram on her badge vibrated. Since the RRM leader, Miriam Chi, had been assassinated 6 months earlier, the movement had done little more than blunder along, swerving more and more toward extreme radicalism.
"And now I ask myself an innocent question,"
crooned the little techno, who looked anything but innocent and older than she might be, given that replicants were created with an organic age of 25 and lived only to 35. This rep had to be close to her TTT, and probably used artificial memories and other drugs prolifically.
"I ask myself, why reps don't commit suicide? Why, huh? If what awaits us is definitely so horrible, why not kill yourself? You don't know, right?"
Bruna shrugged her shoulders, although the question echoed uncomfortably inside her.
"Well, I'll tell you, big girl. Because we have a survival chip implanted."